Welcome to the Wildcat Corner. I'm your host, Kane Worth. We got a lot to talk about today, including the results from the Summit game, what I think on community, and all of this and more here on the Wildcat Over. Plus, a special shout out to a bowler who, some bowlers who have made it to regionals. All this and more on the Wildcat.
You're listening to the Wildcat Corner Network, your place for everything Wildcat sports, with your host, Caden Wharf.
Welcome to the Wildcat Corner. I'm your host, Ken Worth, and as always, I cover Santa Fe sports. We got a lot talked about today. First off, we got the results from Sumnet, um, and then we got community tonight here at home against Santa Fe. So let's start with Sumnet. We did not play good against Sumnet, and I do not want to step on any player's toes. They played absolutely incredible to to their best ability, but we cannot make our shots in the first quarter, and they know what mistakes they made, which is why they you know they I don't know they catch back up in the second through the fourth quarter. Just didn't they just didn't have anything. The other team was still scoring, and they were trying to score, trying to get the score back up, but it was too late, and they lost the game because of that. But they know their mistakes. They're gonna go watch film. They do not want me to harp about them. Trust me. Um, but our next game against Community. Here's my keys to success tonight. I have no stats on Community, but just from logic wise, they've won against Fayetteville in a close battle. Uh, let's see. They are because I don't know off the top of my head if they're a 4A school or not. They are. They won against Fayetteville 59-51. Um, they last year they lost against Summertown 72-76. So they do play it very close. And just by looking at their last season, of course, this season could be different, but they won 59-51, which is very close to, the score. It's very close. So what I'm predicting is it's going to be a very close game. Either it will be a very close game or it will be an absolute blowout. That's my prediction. I don't think Santa Fe is going to be down. I don't want to jinx it, but I think Santa Fe will have no trouble against Community. But we'll have to see tonight how they play and all that stuff. So I don't really have anything with Community because the website I use to get all my stats has no stats on any of the players, and I looked through all of them, and there's no stats on there, which is wild and crazy. But at least it has the scores on there, which I'm glad that the scores are on there. Uh, but they've won one game. Santa Fe lost against Sumnet 42-62. So they only lost by a 20-point difference. But you know, it's hard to lose. It's hard to lose when you're on the road, and especially against a team that you thought you could beat. But there's still a season in front of us. There's still time that we can make adjustments and try to go for uh, districts and regionals. So there's a lot in front of us. I think we can take care of business against Community. Would like to make one other shout out before we end today's episode. Shout out to the bowling team. Um, Congratulations to some of the girls and the and one boy who made it to regionals could not be proud of them. I've watched them this season, and they've done such an incredible job. And I know that uh, Brady watches this show because he's the one that made it to regionals. He was the only boy that made it to regionals. Uh, his sister also made it to regionals. Bailey Jones made it to regionals. I'm trying to think of anybody else that made it to regionals off the top of my head. Uh, but they just, they made it to regionals. And watching bowling is very, very fun. It's very quick pace, but it's really fun to watch bowling. Well, that's all I got for this episode this week. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. There may be an episode coming out soon. If you're listening on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel called the Wildcat Corner. If you're on Spotify, just follow us on Spotify. We have episodes. I haven't posted uh, episode two, so I'll post episode two and three today. I got a lot of work ahead of me, but I think this season's gonna be great. And go out there tonight and support your Wildcats. Do not be crazy in the student section, but just be ready to fight tonight. Be ready to cheer on your Wildcats as they face against community. That's all I got for this episode this week. I will see you on the next episode. Bye bye.